I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody, welcome to another After Show for Beautician on VH1. Episode 12 titled Fried, Died, and Laid to the Side. So, by that title right there, you can tell this is another episode where someone is dying and fried and more hair is being taken out than we have seen in this entire series. But today, it's myself and my amazing co-host again, Eric. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Cortez?
You know, I'm good. I'm ready to talk about some more hair.
Yes.
I have been inspired by hair over the weekend. And so seeing this show, I'm like, ooh, child. And I'm just ready to talk about some hair.
Right. I hope you've been inspired to keep your beard intact because, baby, the amount of hair that was shed in this episode, I gagged.
Exactly.
I gagged.
Exactly.
Hate
and
to see it.
It's another episode about dyeing hair.
Yeah.
And that seems to be like for the last few episodes is dying and dying and dying. And it's very important. I like that they're bringing light to this because people are very much so DIY with dyeing your hair. And honestly, we're learning that that's not something that you can really do. So let's just talk about it. In this episode, we got somebody named Chanel. She's not a purse. She's not a bag. She is, I think she's a model, an aspiring model. And in this episode, her hair is falling out, much like any of the other clients on this show. She comes in to Johnny and Tamar, and she basically went to a salon, and instead of, I guess, going in with the impression of the owner doing her hair, another stylist did her hair.
Right.
Dyed her hair, and her hair fell out. Now, what do you think about Chanel initially? Because initially, Chanel was cool. Like, I was just like, okay, like I'm with the story as we have always been.
Yeah.
But she adds that, the stylist that she met left the dye in her hair. And she went away, which we never found out where she went. We'll talk about that too. And she paid for the hair.
Baby. All right. I didn't think Chanel was a fool when she walked in the door, but surely enough, when she started that meeting with Johnny and Tamar, I was like, oh, boo-boo the fool sitting right in front of you with burnt edges. I hate to see it.
Exactly.
Yeah, $375 American dollars?
Exactly.
Girl, go to hell. Girl, go to hell. I would flip that salon upside down. You done took about $400 out my wallet, burned my scalp, got my gig canceled. Now I probably can't pay the rent. Like, they sent you on a fast track. Right,
you taking my bag and you stopping my bag.
And I'm paying you to do all of this.
No, I agree. And just my bad. Go ahead.
If 2 + 2 = 4, make it make sense. That's the problem here. And I understand you want to make sure that your business is intact, but like, girl, let's exercise some common sense here. You should be upset that the salon owner told you that they was going to handle you, pass you up to Amber, who you never met a day in your life. Then she's sitting there coloring your hair and leaves the salon for 30 to 35 minutes doing God knows what. And then when it's burnt and you come back the next day, you have nothing to say to me? Oh, girl, square up. Let's fight. Enough of this. Enough.
But you know what? You mentioned it, the owner. Okay, back to the owner. I think it would have been good for this episode to have the owner on it. The owner should have been there.
Absolutely.
It would have been like a really good gag. Yes, to see all of it. Because it's like, you're supposed to do her hair. You put off to this client. The client messes up the hair. And then now the client's like, so realistically, like, this is your shop. And this is also, this stylist beautician is a reflection of your work. So I don't understand, like, why she should have been in the episode. Amber should have not just been taking the fall, in my opinion.
I mean, Amber deserves to get clocked, definitely, because you can't just be burning girls' scalp. Like, it's not giving a cooking project. But I think that everybody needed accountability in that matter. I think the owner needed to be there. I think Chanel's mom needed to be there because that's who kind of referred her to that salon. So, like, it needed to be a family affair, Mary J. Blige's voice, and it wasn't.
Yeah, that's true. So Amber, she comes in, and I'm just gonna say right now, Amber looked good. Like,
she does.
Her hair, like, even everyone said it. Like, Johnny said it, Tamar said it, and we're looking like, oh, like, Amber, she looks good. Her hair is nicely colored. She admits that she has extensions. And like, honestly, I would never known that, like, from her, because it looked very natural, very good. And of course,
Yeah.
she specializes in color. Now, last week we talked about this. We
I
said
told you.
we said last week that these people come in here specializing in things that they are messing up on the show.
Right.
Thoughts on Amber?
I mean, Amber looked good, but if your specialty is extensions and color and you did what you did to Chanel, no Louis, no Prada, no Gucci, then somebody lying. Somebody lying because, baby, you ruined your specialty. So what are you good at? Because that hair does not look right.
Yeah. I got the feeling compared to many of the previous episodes, like Johnny was like really and truly impressed with her work because
Yeah.
she like he was going through the first two pictures and he was like, this looks good. And she had only been doing hair professionally for about for a year and a half. So she was seemed to be very experienced in what she was doing. We find out later that she's actually been doing hair since she was, I think, 13. So I don't know how old Amber is, but she's obviously well-rounded, has been doing hair for a long time. But this is the first time in a while that someone has come on the show and been licensed. Because the previous episodes, we don't get people that licensed. They don't be having licenses.
At all. At all.
So
the girls is
it was
illegal.
refreshing to see her. But I will say, like, her demeanor when she came in, it was very much so like, yeah, like, I don't know, like most people when they come in, they were a little more humble. I'm not saying she wasn't, but I wasn't getting the most humble aura from her. What did you
It
think
was a little
about her?
cold. It was a
It
little
was
cold.
cold.
Like, I know I'm here. I deserve to be working with Johnny. It don't matter that I'm frying a few girls' scalps in the back like catfish. Like, they don't got to know that. Like, I'm like, girl, I'm going to need you to bring it down. Because if only you knew what type of situation you walking into, you wouldn't have that same energy. But, I mean, it's interesting because, like you said, when he was going through the looks on the iPad, the hair was so good. But
yeah, it was.
that one,
Mhm.
no bueno. That's not
So
it.
when he got to that one piece of like that one picture, which was Chanel's hair, she admitted to saying that this is a client that had damage. And I think the issue that Johnny mostly had was that, more so kind of like with the previous episodes, that she was knowledgeable to know that it was damage. So she should have been aware and a little more conscious about how she really did Chanel's hair.
Yeah.
I think that when he confronted her, when he said to her about how do you handle like messing up and things like that, and how how she messed up this person's hair, Chanel's, she was just like, oh yeah, I let her leave. Like, what I can't think of what she said, but she was just like, yeah, like I didn't do anything about it. He was just like, why would you do anything? Like, why would you charge her? That's what it was.
Right.
Why would you charge her? And she
I'm
was
so
just
glad he
like,
clocked her.
yeah. And she said, she was like, well, the owner didn't say anything, so I did it. And I like that he was able to be like honestly, like, I know this is the owner's shop, but this is your work. Like, you should want your best work put out there. So now you have, Chanel, out here with burnt hair. And that's a reflection really of you, less of the owner. So I think she just kind of lacked a little bit of integrity of her own to be able to do it. Because I think that's the issue. But mainly, we get the confrontation. And your friend Chanel, that's your friend. She came out.
Why I gotta claim her?
Because that's your friend.
You ain't right.
She came out because I felt like something was off.
Mm-hmm.
And what was off to me was that initially she was giving her sad story. She was almost crying. But when she confronted this girl, she was a little more like, yeah, you messed up my hair, but you also paid for this hair. So, like, what do you think about the confrontation between them two? Because this was obviously apparently it wasn't their first time seeing each other again. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I thought that Chanel did come out a little rah-rah, which, I mean, I guess when you got Tamar and Johnny kind of telling you that you in the right, putting a battery in your, oh, wait, I see what I did there. We got Tamar and Johnny telling you that you in the right. Get it? Johnny, right? I know what I was doing. Right. So now you feel like you got a battery in your back. And so I get it, and they're advocating for you. So you about to get your hair done. I understand. But it looked like Amber could give a damn. It really looked like Amber could care less.
She
it's
didn't.
Like, girl,
she was
what are you doing here?
Right, that she was giving, and she pretty much said that. Like, she was just like, like, you came to me with damaged hair. And that's when it's revealed that she did come to her with damaged hair. Yeah. And she already had, her hair wasn't natural. Her hair had color in it already. So I like that. It basically turns out that Amber really wasn't wrong for what she did. It's just she should have paid more attention to the hair, and she should have not left for 35 minutes, which we don't know where she
What
went.
she was
Where
doing,
did she? Where
right?
did she go? Did she go for a smoke
Girl.
break? Did she go like? Where did she get some gas, a lunch?
She
Like,
went to
where did
file
she
her
go?
taxes.
Who?
I don't know.
How do you leave a client with like chemicals in their hair unattended for like 30 like over anything over like a few minutes? That's crazy.
I would imagine it's a rookie mistake. I don't know. I'm not a beautician or a cosmetologist, but no, Amber. They both have faults in this situation, but I just needed Amber to look like she cared a little more than she did.
And she
Just
did, because she was
just
already
because this
giving
is
like,
your
well, I look
brand.
good.
Yeah.
You know what? And I think that's what she was lacking, like her branding, because she has been doing hair for so long, but she hasn't been doing hair professionally very long. So I think the professionalism was missing from her craft. Like she didn't really know how to gauge the two. And that's why I like that Johnny was able to call her out on it, and not necessarily her skill, because he said like she was right to strip the color. And that's what she did. But obviously leaving this girl unattended to go smoke a cigarette or do whatever you do, that's crazy.
That's the narrative you sticking with. She left to smoke a cigarette. Does it look like Amber smoked cigarettes?
She didn't look like it, but looks can be deceiving. And there's nothing wrong with cigarettes.
Yeah,
but I think she probably went just a little Newport, maybe she did something else. We are in LA, so she may have went in,
Yeah, the girls get heavy, that's true.
Correct. So I mean, with doing it, like the confrontation between the two, it was okay. I really thought that Amber was gonna pop off. I thought that she would have been kind of like, and she was very nonchalant. But they go into the phase where they're showing her. And honestly, I didn't really feel like, once it was revealed what happened, I didn't really feel like Amber needed like a lesson, because she really didn't mess up. She just didn't pay
was
attention.
negligent.
Yeah, that's really all she did. Like, I don't think she needed to learn. And the lady who was teaching how to color the hair and strip the color, she was very well knowledgeable, very, very well knowledgeable. She knew exactly what she was saying. She was giving her the step by step, and everything she would show her. Amber would show her. She would be like, "Well, this is great, but you should do it this way." So I think this is probably the most positive one that I've seen, to where the lesson really wasn't needed. And obviously, she felt the same kind of way, because she did what? What did she do?
Baby, the most tacky thing I've seen in To Catch a Beautician history. The most tacky. Like, come on, girl. For you to sit there and be like, I'm over it. Now, I kind of picked up when the scene started that Chanel may have kind of been like, maybe probing a bit, where it's just like, I'm glad that you got the lesson so you can actually do my hair correctly and not do what you did before. And I think Amber was already over it. So it's like, girl, don't play with me, because I will fry your scalp again.
And I think that's what she was very definitely giving, like, yo, don't play with me. Like, your hair was this, you knew this, like, I didn't really cause this. It's just really your fault.
Right. So when she was done, she probably went back. She was like, I need a Newport. And it was just like, you know what? I'm going home. Enough.
I wonder why she took the lesson only to leave, though. Well, you know what? That makes sense. She took the lesson, sure, but to redo the hair, like the attitude she was giving, I was like, I don't want to do this girl hair. Like, no, why would I want to? I don't know. She did. And I really wanted to. I wanted more from her, because I wanted to see like how she would be when doing the hair, and I really wanted to know where she was for 35 minutes. So that's my question of the whole episode. But
I feel like they coached her. I feel like they coach like in between in the show. They're like, okay, so we're gonna do this, and you're gonna be okay with this, right? But she was just like, you know what? I know what we spoke about behind the scenes, but I don't care. I'm out, and she left.
Yeah, like for once, I was finally like, you know what? Maybe this is not a stage, because this is the first time I think someone has actually left. Like, this girl basically was like, "You're not gonna play with me. Like, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna sit up here and be." My brain is already like kind of tarnished, but I'm not gonna sit here and let it go down anymore, But I would have, if obviously she really thought she was coming to work with Justin, right? And then once it went to the left, she was like, I gotta go. Like, this ain't real. Bye. I'm working at Beautician already. Like, why done this thing? So I don't know. It was.
She didn't make her brand look no better.
She didn't. Poor Amber. I was gonna try to find Amber and see, because Amber does do great hair, but I wonder like what she's saying because I feel like I need to do a better job of finding these people afterwards because it's kind of hard sometimes to find them and see like how they're doing. Because I want to know like what is she saying? Because I know she's tweeting up a storm. Like I didn't have time for this. I know she is probably pissed.
Dragging VH1 and to catch a beautician.
Exactly. So Chanel get her hair done, and Johnny has to bring in someone else to do her hair. And they didn't really show. They didn't show who did her hair. They brought in her friend.
No, it was the person who was teaching Amber the color. That's who helped him.
Oh, she did it. Okay. I didn't. I must have missed that. I knew that he said that he said I gotta find somebody to do her hair. So he found somebody, and they brought in Chanel's friend and Ashley, and she was just like, yeah, like Chanel had beautiful hair. I'm like, oh girl, we didn't really need you on this episode, to be honest. we really didn't need you to, we already went through the sad story. Your friend grew up balls later in the episode to, to confront this girl. So we don't need nobody saying, yeah, it's beautiful. Like, okay, this is cute.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Girl, go on home.
Exactly. But the reveal looked good. It was long. Is that the hair she was going for? Because it kind of looked like Amber's hair a little bit to me. A little bit less of the color she had, but
the original look that she was going for was a hybrid between Amber's and then like an Aubrey O'Day circa 2005, 6. Yeah, actually, I didn't like the reveal. I didn't like it.
You did?
No. I thought it needed more. It needed more tracks or more pieces because it looked thin. Like they did the 2 curls in the front, and then when she turned, it was kind of like, oh well, if a stiff wind comes, I'm gonna see that this is an extension. And then it gave me Danity Kane, but like 2005 Aubrey O'Day, Andrea.
I was gonna say Andrea. That's exactly what it was. Boom cat.
Boom cat. Come on.
That's exactly what it did get, and she kind of looked like Andrea with Aubrey's hair.
Yes. Yeah, I knew I was not the only one. Yes.
You said that is very true.
And what I didn't like about it was that it shouldn't look 2006 in 2020. It probably would have been popping in 2006, but now that it's 2020 and hair has come so far, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I didn't like it.
And for that to be from the experts, I'm kind of side-eyeing Johnny Wright and this and his friend to help because not to help, child. Well, his assistant, a friend, and him with the hair.
Right.
I'm kind of side-eyeing because I'm like, that's what y'all care about. I have not seen any reveals this season that's been like questionable. But as you mentioned, when you brought my, I'm like, yeah, that does kind of. It didn't look. It looked like it was ready for the front, but it wasn't going on the. It was just like visually.
Like she wasn't supposed to turn around. Yeah,
exactly.
The camera was like, "We said don't turn around." Yeah,
it's like that. Turn around. That's exactly what it was given. That's crazy. Well, listen. Maybe, and we said a long time ago in some of the early episodes that we felt like that maybe Johnny and them was doing the hair, but in this episode, we know that they did the hair, and you're right, it wasn't that great as a reveal, but it was cute for her. No. She was happy.
She was happy. I'm glad it ain't my scalp.
And I feel like Amber would have done a better job of doing the hair, to be honest, but
I do too.
Because all Amber's work looked good except for that one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Amber's like, I'm not gonna make her look good.
Maybe Chanel was trying her back then, like she was in the chair with that last scene.
Maybe so. I don't know. And that's pretty much like all the episode. Like I felt like it was a little shorter this time, but then again, I don't think so because once they get through with the lesson piece of the episode, they don't really show them like doing the hair. They go straight to the reveal. But the other, the beautician has a little more involvement. But this time, when she left, she was out, and Johnny was like, "I don't want to find out why," and that's the way it crumbled. So, any final thoughts on this Aubrey hair, the friend Johnny, Tamar? Did you see? This is a side comment. You see what Johnny had on? Did you like what he had on?
I like the sweater. No. I like the sweater. Not the sweater with the leather pants and then the Chelsea boots. No. But
when it
the
started, the
sweater,
first thing Tamar was like, "You look good," and I was like, "Ooh, look at
she a lie.
that."
She a lie. I
Yeah.
just had to say, I hate when people do that on reality TV. The first thing they do is give a compliment regardless of how the person actually looks. Like, stop doing that. Find another
Yeah, it wasn't.
transition.
It was just not. It wasn't the best combination, but you
No, it
know,
wasn't cohesive.
it wasn't at all. It wasn't at all. And Chanel got her hair. You know, she gone. She went to Bali or whatever she was trying to do. I'm sure she got up with her gig or whatever she got. And I'm just glad she got her hair so her and her friend can go on. And yeah, I think the big lesson in this was to work on your brand. Like, make sure that your brand is okay. Like, it's not this episode. It wasn't really about the skill. It's about professionalism and you as a person. And I think that's what Amber hopefully will learn from this episode.
Hopefully, if she cares.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we are going to move to our special segment, which is actually my favorite part of filming. Hopefully I can redeem myself from last week.
Yes. And then I heard you have a question for me too. So we got a little plot twist, ladies and gentlemen. But
It's
before we get into,
twist.
Never hurt nobody. Now, before we get into our special segment, we want to, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning into us, not only to Catch a Beautician after show, but to all of our AfterBuzz content. We give it to you every day. And, especially with the trying times that we have on, there's nothing more that we love to do other than entertain you guys. So please feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment, give us 5 stars on YouTube, and just tune in. We're doing this for y'all.
We are, especially during this quarantine time, because we all we got.
Baby. So now on to our special segment, which I like to call Moments in Hairstory. So in case you're new to the after show, Moments in Hairstory, I'm going to give you guys, as well as Cortez, a few clues about an iconic hair look, artist, celebrity, and you have to guess who I'm talking about based on the clues provided. So let's get started. You ready?
I think so. Let me drink my little water. Go.
Don't be parched. Okay, so I started my iconic career with a very short, sexy haircut. I struggle with lupus, and I'm close to one of the hosts on the show.
Oh, Tony Braxton.
Look at you! Oh wow, it's a new day.
it is a new day. Let's hope hopefully it's still a new day the next few.
Right. Okay, so number 2. I was once a part of one of the most iconic girl groups of all time, and for the early part of my career, I rocked a short red haircut.
Kelly Rowland?
Yes.
No, you should. Right. You had to throw in something about Nelly.
No, that's a dead giveaway. I don't want to give too much.
I know. No, but I knew that was too. Okay.
And then my last one for you, I was also a part of an iconic girl group back in the 90s, and I was known for like a asymmetric bob, blonde, short haircut.
T-Boss.
All right now, 3 out of 3. You did it. Okay.
Now you ready for this one?
Yes, let's do it.
I am on a very popular TV show and franchise on Bravo TV.
Okay.
And
okay.
You couldn't guess it off that. That's not enough. On one, I'm most known for my blonde short hair.
Nene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a different clue, but okay, no, I'm a twist it. Okay. I was in Puerto Rico, and everyone at the table, mainly one person, insulted me and my bob.
Me and my bob.
This is like a myth.
Is this Sheree?
Nope.
Me and my bob.
They insulted me and my bob.
I'm trying to think of who had a bob on the show. Like, Candy's hair is normally okay. Sheree's looked a mess for one season.
No.
And it's not Nene no more?
Nope.
And they disrespected my bob. Mom Joyce?
Nope. I mean,
Who the hell is it?
she was, no, it's Claudia.
I would have never thought of her. I would have never thought of Claudia Jordan. I would have
Well,
never
that's
thought
just
of her.
because she was like, what's wrong with a Bob? Nothing. You remember the whole comment in Puerto Rico, the argument back and
Yes.
forth? You remember that? That was something I made up. Yeah, so that was it. I know I made a little difficult, but you know, I tried.
No, that's good. Keep me on my toes. That was good.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was all for our special segment, Moments in History, ladies and gentlemen.
But I think that concludes special segment. Yes.
I'm impressed.
So if nothing else, Eric, can you let everyone know where we can find you?
Of course. You guys can catch me on Instagram at The World According to Eric, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Eric Devante. What about you, Cortez?
You can find me on Instagram at Stupid Wild Tez. For this show and many other shows, we can talk. Let's do it.
That's it.
So, well, with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next week for episode 13. Follow us, like us, share, comment, everything. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.